We're at the Record Office for Leicestershire, Leicester and Rutland, and we're celebrating our 70th birthday. Because on the 1st of September 1947, the first professional archivist was appointed in Leicestershire. So we're looking back, but we're also looking forward, if you like, and talking about archive provision in Leicestershire and the people who use archives and what they use them for. We're also very pleased that Century of Stories have chosen this opportunity to give us a birthday present. And the present they're giving us is MH106, which is a very dull title for something really very exciting indeed. The thing is that at the end of the war, the Royal Army Medical Corps had, warehouses full of records, so they decided to sample the records, and they chose typical units. So they chose the Grenadier Guards as a guards unit, they chose the Corps of Hussars as a cavalry unit, they chose an artillery unit, a cavalry unit, but for regiments of foot, they chose the Leicestershire Regiment. MH106 is from the National Archives, and it comprises the records of the Leicestershire Regiment in the Great War and all the soldiers who were treated medically, whether they were wounded or sick or, fell ill, injured, this sort of thing. So it's an extremely important set of records. There are about 8,000 soldiers mentioned, and the context of this really is that for the Great War, a lot of the records are lost. They simply didn't survive the Second World War. So to have 8,000 more records relating to the treatment of soldiers, the nature of their injuries, the nature of their sicknesses, but also their personal accounts of how they were injured or wounded or whatever, is really a priceless gift. And I think for the people of Leicestershire or relatives of anyone who served, it's going to be a wonderful boon. They really should flock in and look at these, because hardly anyone has seen them, and they are a wonderful resource.
This box is the formal handing over. Database is in here.
Well, this is a milestone in the Century of Stories project and making the medical records of the Leicestershire Regiment available to the widest possible audience, which is really super and probably unique in all of Britain. The project as a whole has been unique as well because it has recorded stories of local people about their histories of the First World War, and in fact I contributed a story myself about my grandfather and great-grandfather.
I don't think people realise that how important it is to be able to see original documents. You can't get everything online. These medical records are so important for the soldiers' families to find what happened to their loved ones. I think it's really important that we don't forget, and how important the records are that are here.
The amazing John Sutton has digitalised 40,000 of these documents to make them available to the people of Leicestershire and to the general public. The number of people who will now be able to trace their ancestors and what they did in World War I, and will bring them a sense of closure and relief and happiness and great pride in what their particular ancestors did in World War I.